And welcome to another episode of the Koto's Mojo. And as always, I'm your host, Patrick Koto. We got a lot to talk about today. We got Ian back with us on the show. Ian, how are you today?
I'm doing fantastic. How about you, buddy?
I'm doing great, Ian. Ian, we got ourselves a load on the show today, and why not? Why not? We start off with the annual Fall Classic, the World Series. All right, Ian, I'm going to be honest with you. You could have never convinced me at the beginning of the season that it would be the Rangers and the Diamondbacks. You would never have convinced me.
No, no way. With the way that they were kind of playing at the beginning of the year and all that, no way. But getting Max Scherzer and DeGrom was huge for Texas.
Absolutely. And coincidentally, too, Ian, you and I, we both saw the Texas Rangers at the beginning of the season when they played the Cubs back in April, and they didn't look too hot. But as they
Mm-hmm.
always say, it doesn't matter how you start, it matters how you finish. And both the Rangers and the Diamondbacks are in the championship series.
That's right. Yeah, it should be a good series. I'm excited to watch it.
I'm excited for it too. And both teams, they kind of had the same exact path. Both both were low seeds. I mean, this is a 5-6 matchup. Both teams swept their way to the championship series. They took down some powerful teams. The Diamondbacks, and I know this will put a smile on your face, swept the Brewers.
Yep.
They swept the Dodgers. I'm surprised in that in so many ways that they won and swept them. I'm like, what? Like,
Been a really interesting playoffs so far.
I know, right? Like, it's never easy beating the Dodgers. And then for the Rangers, they beat Tampa Bay, who was a likely favorite. They beat Baltimore, who had a really good year. Both teams trailed 3-2 going into their game sixes on the road, won the next two. Like, that doesn't happen.
Yeah. Yeah, that's crazy.
And Texas had the toughest challenge. They won all those games on the road. They
Yeah,
didn't
they
win a
did.
they didn't win a single home game in the ALCS.
Yeah. So that's pretty incredible. Usually they call it home field advantage, but that doesn't matter. They did it however they wanted to.
Well, I guess for Texas Rangers, I guess it's home state advantage because they beat the Astros, which that those are things we love to see.
Oh yeah. Astros just needed a garbage can to help them win.
Yep, that's why we call them the Trastros. And I love Jose Abreu, but I'm sorry, he ain't never winning a ring. I'm sorry, not with that
No.
poverty baseball team.
Nope, no, he will not. I don't think
That was
he
just
ever will.
nope.
If he just keeps being on shitty teams.
Exactly, or teams that just don't live up to the hype. Like the White Sox haven't lived up to the hype. The Astros let him down. Nope, nope.
Yeah, I still think the Astros are good, but Rangers are better.
Yep. Well, Dusty Baker, he's calling it a career after this season, which
Yeah,
I'm happy for him.
he's had a hell of a career as a coach, so good for him.
And he was never a part of the scandal too, so there's really no need to
No,
shit on him.
no, you can't put any of that on Dusty. They brought him in after all that shit went down, so I mean, he did everything right. One of the best managers.
He did. Only shitty thing is that he was coaching the Astros. That's the only downside.
Yeah,
And going back to the Texas Rangers, their manager Bruce Bochy has never lost a game seven. Never.
that's pretty impressive.
Very impressive. And there's an Astro killer on the loose, by the way, by the name of Adolis Garcia. 5 home runs in the ALCS against the Astros.
That's insane. That is insane. And
And
Kyle Schwarber, I mean, he was amazing this postseason as well. He had so many home runs throughout the NLCS. I'm really ashamed that they couldn't pull it off and go to the World Series. I feel like they just have so much talent in Philly.
yeah, but unfortunately the Diamondbacks, they got to a little better, and the Diamondbacks, they were almost in trouble too. You're down 0-2 going home to Arizona, always a challenge to come back from 0-2, but they got a big win in game 3 and then won game 4. And then the Phillies took game 5. So Phillies like, all right, we got this. Nope. The Diamondbacks come across the country and beats them.
Pretty impressive by Arizona to do all that and go to the World Series. So, like I said, this is a very unlikely matchup. I don't think anybody saw it happening in this postseason, and it's gonna be some fun baseball. I'll tell you that.
Why do you think I say how can you not like postseason baseball?
How can you not be romantic about baseball?
It's been a great postseason, dude. I mean, sure, our teams weren't in it. No surprise, they would have gotten bounced right away. I mean, nobody saw the Orioles being a top seed this year. I'm happy for the
No,
Baltimore Orioles.
Orioles. It was really impressive for them to win the AL East. I mean, they used to be the laughing stock, and now their farm system is finally grown up, and
I know, right?
now they're going to be a menace for the next coming years if they don't trade everyone away.
Right? I'm happy to see, Minnesota win a playoff series. I mean, I was
Mm.
shitting on them for a while. I was like, you know what? I really have not much hate for Minnesota, so good
Yeah,
for
it was
you.
over like 20 years since they won a playoff game. So
Exactly.
pretty cool.
Yep. And Philadelphia and again, Philadelphia making that impressive run. It's been an impressive postseason all this fall.
Yeah, I mean, Schwarber, Harper, and Castellanos. I mean, those guys are just amazing at everything that they do, but they needed more help with that team. The pitching was just not there. They just kind of fell apart in the last couple games. So I don't know. They gotta figure something out, but they gotta keep their core batters with Schwartz, Castellanos, and Harper.
And those guys have plenty left in the tank. Plenty.
Oh yeah,
I really hope they
plenty.
keep it too.
Yep.
But now that the World Series is coming up again, it's going to be a good one. I'm going to go Texas Rangers in 6.
Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna go Rangers as well, but I'm gonna go Game 7.
I will not be surprised about that either. With how both teams played, I definitely see a Game 7, and that's no stranger to both teams. I mean, they
Yeah.
both just won a game, but they both just won a Game 7 in their championship series. A Game 7 though would bring back some bad memories for the Rangers though, because they lost in 7 games to the Cardinals the last time they were in a World Series, and the last time
Hmm.
the Diamondbacks were in a Game 7 in a World Series, they won it.
Yeah, very true.
So I am looking forward for it, and I actually just saw an interesting fact before we recorded the show. It seems that the Brewers love losing to teams that make the World Series, because the Diamondbacks knocked them out of the playoffs the year the Nationals won. The Nationals knocked them out of the playoffs. And then the Dodgers beat them when they had that one good season.
Hmm. Yeah, pretty crazy.
Indeed, Ian. But no, I'm going to go. I like the Rangers. I mean, I won't be surprised if Arizona wins. I honestly don't care who wins.
Yeah, I don't know. I think Texas, their pitching is just way too good right now.
Yeah. Their
And that
hitting's hot with
and
Garcia.
they're gonna use up Scherzer and DeGrom like hell. Oh my God, they're gonna be coming in like eighth, ninth inning of these like game 5, 6, 7s to help their team out. I mean, they're gonna be overworked. We're gonna have some tired baseball players at the end of this series.
Right. But I know Jacob DeGrom is well, obviously I don't know, but he's hurt and stuff, but he should be back hopefully for the World Series.
Yeah, that's what I was hearing.
But yeah, no, they could definitely use him. But yeah, no, there's definitely going to be some tired arms. But hey, that's the game of baseball. Your arm's going to be tired. You got to ice that puppy up.
True that, buddy.
Don't be like that pitching coach from Rookie of the Year, Hot Ice, or whatever the fuck he called it.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I'm excited for the World Series, man. It's going to be fun. But you know what else is also exciting yet as we jump onto football? The Bears won a game.
Yeah, the Bears actually won a game, and Tyson Bagent, however the hell you say his name,
Bagent.
so Bagent. Yeah, I wasn't. We were there at the game, so obviously I didn't hear his name being called a bunch of times.
Right.
But yeah, good for the kid. He played really, really good ball. Our running game was so impressive. And we just shut down the Raiders. We played good ball on Sunday.
I was just gonna say, speaking of Bajan, a lot of people are already saying he's him. Shut the fuck up. He is not him. He did what he had to do to win the game.
Okay, buddy, but we're talking about a guy that's replacing a quarterback. This guy
I
won
know, I
his
know.
first game. Okay, let me. This guy won his first game, and he was
Right.
impressive. He didn't throw a dumb ball at all. But Justin Fields was 1-13, or he's 1-13. That I think that's his record right now.
Yes.
He's
I think in like the last year or so.
Yeah, last year. That is god awful. I really just think like over this past year that we have been watching this guy, he has not improved whatsoever. The team is not improving around him. And Tyson Bagent was just absolutely incredible out there. Why not let this kid start next week? Why not?
Well, I was
Like,
just gonna say, no, Fields is doubtful. Bajan is going to start. I'm not bashing Bajan. I like what he
yeah.
did. I like what he did and stuff so far, but I want to see him, maybe try a deep ball too.
No, yeah, definitely. I think he was just kind of getting adjusted throughout this game,
Right.
and I don't know.
Because last week,
Next week, I think we might see the fireworks come out of him.
oh yeah, because last week he was thrown into the fire, so I gave him another chance coming into the day. Or this week, I'm like, okay, let's see what he does. I'm like, okay, he looked good. And it also helps too when the Bears always, have a good running game. Deontay Foreman
Yeah.
with 3 total touchdowns. So yeah, no, everyone helped him out. But going back to Fields, you hope he can learn from to see what Bajan does. Because we were talking on the way home that I'm, holding on to Fields by a thread now.
Yeah. Honestly, we're at that point where we should just trade him. He's still maybe worth something, but I really
Yeah.
don't see him being a future franchise quarterback for the Chicago Bears. It hasn't worked out. It hasn't been a good connection for the past 2 seasons that we've had him. We've been a laughing stock once again. Like we were well better off with Trubisky. I will say that right now.
I
Mitch
agree.
Trubisky, I think, is a better quarterback than Justin Fields because Justin Fields just cannot read anything when he's in the pocket and he just gets under pressure. Because we've been bashing the offensive line for so long, but this guy, the past 3-4 games that he has played, he has had so much time in the pocket and he's just done some really stupid things. And then we get Bajan out there and he just looks like a fucking stud. Like he knows exactly what to do. So let's keep this kid in, man. Let's trade Justin Fields. I'm ready to part ways with this guy.
I like to take you.
That's
I
all
like,
me.
huh? Hey,
That's just my opinion.
I respect the opinion, man. I mean, again, we just need to see more from Bajan and stuff. Like he just had some, normal short passes. He had a few nice completions in there. He had a nice one to Tyler Scott, a good one to DJ Moore, really no stupid throws, like you mentioned, where Fields, he does make some stupid throws, stupid decisions. I mean, we saw in the Viking game where he's been holding on to the ball too long, and well, yeah, now you're at a point where do we start? Only shitty thing is that we're not going to be those fans and burn our Fields jerseys. That's for sure.
No, man, that's a waste of money.
Yep. I mean, he was
I'll
fun
just
while it
draw
lasted.
another one next to it and make it a Mooney jersey.
I already got my Mooney jersey, so which, by
Nice.
the way, I hope we can extend him.
Yeah, that would be cool.
But you know who we need to extend now? Jalen fucking Johnson. Oh my god! Out of all players, he had a pick 6 on Sunday.
Yeah, yeah, that was impressive. So yeah, let's extend him because he's at least
2
done something good
interceptions
for
he
us.
had. Now, sure, it was against shitty quarterbacks, but Ian, speaking of quarterbacks, sometimes our defense, we make shitty quarterbacks look like gods.
Yeah,
That was
very
not the
true.
case on Sunday.
No, we made them look much worse.
Exactly. I liked our defensive performance. Tremaine Edmonds had himself an interception. Finally. I mean, he's been making plays on defense tackling, but I would love to see him make a pick. I think that is his first ever NFL interception.
Okay, that's great.
I mean, he's more, linebackers really don't make picks. They're always, making big plays in the defense, but, you know, linebackers have hands too.
Yes, they do.
I'd love that. And, Jalen Johnson with that pick 6. It was a impressive win on Sunday. I feel like I got a feeling, and your case too, again, we need to see more from Bajent. If Bajent can keep it up, then we can, saying, okay.
Yeah, no, I just think we need to play this kid more. Have
We
him
do.
even when Justin Fields is healthy when he comes back. Let's have Tyson Bagent come in and just have him play at least half a season so we can at least get this kid warmed up. And if he actually does turn around, or not turn around even, I mean he looks great right now. If he becomes greater than what everyone think he is, that's our future right there. I mean, this kid has worked hard to get where he is right now.
Yeah, coming out of Division II college, very impressive look.
Yeah, no name school in West Virginia.
I was just gonna say, I heard to say, like, what the fuck is this school? Well,
Mm-hmm.
that's all of us for like, Division II, Division III. But as they always say, the only thing stopping him from succeeding is himself.
Yep.
Don't let the others tell you. Don't let the others tell you that.
Dude, look at Tom Brady. He was like selected in like what, the fourth round?
Sixth round.
Sixth round, yeah, still. And then he became the greatest quarterback of all
Yep.
time. So it doesn't matter if you're second round, third round, undrafted, dude, you have the chance to
Look where
become
some of these
great.
players have gone to school.
Mm-hmm.
Jerry Rice went to Mississippi Valley State. Walter Payton went to Jackson State. Terrell Owens went to Chattanooga. Antonio Brown went to Central Michigan.
Yeah, so you don't need to go to a big name school like Alabama, Georgia, whatever to become a great. You can,
Devontae Adams played at Fresno State.
yeah. Only thing is you don't really see any community college players come in.
That's the thing, too. That's the thing. That's a little different. But again, it's you who's stopping yourself.
Yep.
And for Bajent, I mean, okay, sure, I did say, let's not, get too crazy on him just yet. He is impressive. Like, he looked impressive on Sunday, looked good in the preseason. We just got to see more from him because there's times where, us Bears fans get our hopes up so crazy, and then it just
Yeah, I'm not saying like, this kid is the next Tom Brady or like
no, 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 no.
let's just see how it goes. Let's just
Exactly.
let's just have him play for a while and see how
And
it
he's
goes.
got he's got a good receiving core to work with. DJ Moore, Darnell Mooney. I don't know how Cole Kmet was quiet on Sunday. He only got targeted once.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, that's just coaching as well. Usually we don't like to target our tight ends as much as we used to.
But we got a win. So we're happy to see that. And we had a quarterback that looked good. So we'll see what he does. He is going to start on Sunday. And I'm excited. I'm excited to see what Bajan does.
Yep, me too.
Awesome, and it's going to be and hopefully this could turn something around.
Yeah, I
At
hope
least,
so, but
at
I don't know.
least, win, at least
I still see a losing season.
we'll win a couple more games for sure. Maybe we'll win more
Yeah,
than four.
that's why I say why not just put in Bajan? We're already on our way to another losing season, getting another first round pick. So why the hell not?
Exactly. Or you were talking about trading Fields. We could get a nice haul if we trade Fields.
It depends. I don't know. The
Somebody,
kid,
somebody needs a quarterback.
someone wants him. Someone will turn him good, but he's not going to work with us. I don't know. His style is just not for the Bears.
Yeah, I'm starting to. Yeah, he's starting to fall off on me, which
Yeah,
is sad
but
too because we were riding high on him at first.
I mean, Ohio State quarterback, really damn good in college. Why wouldn't we have our hopes up? So,
Exactly. But you want to know who looked bad on Sunday? The Packers again.
yes, they did.
We
Oh,
lost to the Broncos.
I love to see that. So, yeah, the Bears and Packers, they're the same. Dude, we both suck.
Exactly. Well, at least we don't have to worry about being, laughed at that we lost to the Broncos because the Packers also lost to the Broncos.
Yep. It's like looking in a mirror.
Yep. The Packers lost. Brock Purdy got exposed again on Monday. He did not look impressed. I was watching the ALCS, but I saw the updates. I was like,
Yeah, I didn't watch the football game. I was watching baseball, but
yep.
yeah, Brock Purdy, oof, man, he's having a rough time right now.
Yeah, he's not looking good. And The Lions got spanked on Sunday to the Baltimore Ravens. That was kind of a shocker. I knew the Ravens were going to win, but the score-wise, I was like, whoa.
Mm-hmm.
That's football
Yeah.
for you, though, and we're almost at the halfway point of the season, and I got a feeling there are some teams that could hopefully turn it around.
Yeah. I feel like the Buccaneers could turn it around.
I hope so.
Bills are kind of turning it around again.
They just lost to
But
the Patriots.
yeah, they did just lose to the Patriots, but they're still 4-3. So I
Yep.
mean, it's not
Falcons got a
terrible.
big win on Sunday against the Buccaneers, putting them at 4-3. Falcons are not a bad
Mm-hmm.
team this year.
No, they're not. Panthers are still 0-6. So
That first one will come soon.
I don't know. We might have another winless season.
Yep. And your Saints played like shit on Thursday.
No surprise.
Well, they were kind of bipolar. They were getting their asses kicked, then they make it a game, and then Jacksonville scores the game-winning touchdown.
Yeah. Again, I'm not surprised. That team sucks.
That's the Jaguars are another team starting to pick things up, and hopefully the Bears could pick something up. Again, I'm not getting my hopes up for a winning season, but I could
Yeah.
definitely see, some improvement in the second half of the season if Bagent keeps doing Bagent things. If he keeps, if he improves week by week, then we could say, okay, yeah, I think he's our guy.
Right. We'll see.
Exactly. Because it's just one game. Let's see what he does down the road.
Yeah.
Speaking of down the road, Ian, week 8 of the NFL season is here. It's time to make our picks for this week. Our lock, upset, and third winner. I will go first. My lock, Eagles. That's a safe pick over the Commanders.
Solid.
My upset, and you're gonna like this one. Panthers get their first win over the Texans.
No, I don't see that happening.
And my third winner, San Francisco.
Okay, not bad. I'm gonna go with the Buccaneers over the Bills.
Oh, I like that pick.
My upset will be Bears over Chargers.
I like that. I like that.
And then my third pick. Ooh, let's go Giants over Jets.
The New Jersey Bowl.
Yep, it's the New Jersey Bowl. Yep, they're both home this weekend.
Yep. Well, that'll do it for our NFL segment. Now let's jump on to the NBA portion. The season's underway. Obviously, we're not expecting much from the Bulls, but there are some teams that we expect to be good this year. For starters, the Nuggets and Suns just got 2 big wins last night. The Nuggets picked up a win over the Lakers, and the Suns beat the Warriors.
That's awesome. I'm not. You know me. I'm not a big NBA guy, so
I know, but
I don't even know who's on those teams anymore, man. I don't even pay attention to the Bulls.
Nope. And they're definitely not going to have many players back down the road. Like Zach LaVine, he's for sure gone for this year. We're going to keep Vucevic and DeRozan, but yeah, no, I'm not expecting much from the Bulls. I will tell you this, though. Milwaukee's going to run the East because they got Damian Lillard with the team to be honest.
Yeah. Didn't they just re-sign Giannis last night?
They did. Big 3-year extension. And Damian Lillard, he's no head case like some of those other players are. I think he and Giannis are going to work well together in Milwaukee.
Yeah, it's awesome for Milwaukee.
Yep. And I feel like they're going to run the East because Miami, I don't think they're going to be the same as they were last year. Jimmy Butler's getting old. Tyler Hero, Bam Adebayo, those guys can only do so much. Boston, they traded their best defensive players, so they're in a bit of trouble. Philadelphia, well, if Harden can get his head out of his ass, because he's been a fucking head case lately.
Yeah.
Really, I think Toronto and Cleveland are the only ones that can give Milwaukee a run for their money.
Yeah, I could see it.
But yeah, no, I know. Yeah, no, not. I know. For the NBA, well, another reason too why like I said, much people don't follow it. The league's been getting soft lately. So I swear to God.
Yeah, I feel like the league has always been soft just with all the flopping and just everything. I don't know. I don't like watching the NBA. I don't even think I watched a single NBA game last season.
I didn't watch much of them either, but
I don't
I'm
plan
just
on doing
watching it
any
for
of
the
that either.
I'm just watching it for the other teams, to be honest.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm just not a fan of it. I don't like the style of the NBA. You know me. I like college basketball way more, which we got starting here in a couple weeks.
It's going to be exciting college basketball season. I look forward to seeing. You got Zach Edey back for another year.
Yay, we got one more year of blowing it in the first round of March Madness. Woo! To a no name.
Fletcher McGee better wake the fuck up. Or I'm sorry,
I,
Fletcher Lloyd, excuse me.
Fletcher McGee.
So no, Warford had this one player a couple years ago by the name of Fletcher McGee, and he was like shooting lights out.
I thought you were just giving him like a weird nickname. I was kind of going. I think I'm gonna start calling him Fletcher McGee.
Well, I hope he turns into Fletcher McGee because Fletcher McGee was like was like a stud player at Wofford, and I think they played Seton Hall in the first round of the tournament. He went off, and I was watching it with John. He's like, "You gotta be fucking kidding me with this guy."
Yeah. Now, Fletcher Lawyer, I mean, he was really good at the start of the season last year, but once we got in like halfway through like the conference play, he just kind of fell off. And then once we got into the tournaments, he was just nowhere to be found. Same with Zach
Right.
Edey. Zach Edey was just, I don't know, he was like frozen half the time.
Well, he was definitely frozen in the first round of the tournament.
Yeah.
That whole team was frozen.
Yeah. But I'm glad we won the Big Ten championship. At least we got that.
Exactly. All right, Ian, you ready to go racing this weekend? We're going to go racing in Martinsville after a great weekend in Homestead, Miami. Christopher Bell made me look smart again.
Yeah,
Holy
I mean,
shit.
Christopher Bell's been on a roll. I mean, this guy, I knew he was going to be like this in the playoffs because that's how he was last year. This kid just works so well under pressure. So yeah, no surprise here. He's going to be running for a championship in a few weeks, so pretty cool to see. 2 spots left with 1 race, and this is probably going to be the most boring race of the playoffs with Martinsville, just with how the track, just how the cars run on this track, and there's no tire fall off, and it's just not a fun race to watch. So I might not even be watching it, so I'm not too bad.
Well, you're going to be coming home from Galena that day anyway, like you mentioned.
Yeah.
And then, he gets a win. Sam Mayer finally wins on an oval after winning on all those road courses.
You see, your boy lost his crew chief.
Austin Hill, I did. Oof.
Cannot be doing that with those loose lug nuts. So if he wants to win a championship here, he's really got to buckle down because he just lost his crew chief. That's huge.
I know that's. I was going to say, Austin.
Go ahead.
Well, I was going to say, speaking of Austin Hill, you just shared me that video of him yesterday when he laid that, that knuckle punch on Myatt Snyder. I mean,
dude, he sent him to the Lord.
And Austin Hill gave him so many chances saying, "Hey, Myatt, back away, back away." Like, no, Myatt, please back away. Like, he literally gave him chances before he laid one out.
Dude. And Myatt just went flying. That, like I said, that was the most devastating punch in NASCAR history.
If Myatt just, listened to Hill saying, just walked away, none of this shit would have went down.
Right.
Yeah, no, you talk about Austin Hill. Yeah, he's in some trouble this weekend.
Well, and he's just been way off throughout the playoffs too.
I know.
Hasn't been like his winning ways just ever since the playoffs started. He's just been real. I don't know. I wouldn't say slow because he's still in it, but just not on par with where
he's been off.
Yeah, he's been way off. So, he's got to put in some work this weekend in Martinsville. I mean, he's definitely a guy that can just show up out of nowhere.
Yeah, I'm really hoping that he can at least have a consistent race to at least get him into the championship. Because obviously, I'm sure a win would be nice, but if he can race well enough to get a spot in that championship, then he could completely focus on that championship and hopefully get that win.
Yeah, that would be cool.
because right now you currently have Sam Mayer is the current one locked in now, right?
Um, I believe so.
Riley Herbst won at Vegas,
Yeah,
and
he won
Herbst
in
almost won
Vegas.
again. Oh my god, what a
Yeah.
finish!
Yeah, well, ever since he signed the extension with Stewart House Racing, he's just been killing it. So dude, good for him, man. It's about time that he showed up.
Right. And Carson Hocevar with the truck win.
Arson Hocevar is going to be running for a championship this year. Freaking cool to see that. Yeah, we already got the championship lineup set for the truck series. They're not going to Martinsville this weekend, which I think sucks. Those trucks on the short track, especially right before the championship race, is awesome. I saw that a couple of years ago. But yeah, either way, the championship four is set, and I think it's a great driver lineup too.
I agree as well. And Hocevar, and then Hocevar has been picking it up a lot lately. I'm excited for Hocevar.
Yeah, I mean he's going Cup Series racing next year with Spire Motorsports. So I mean him Corey Heim, he just signed an extension with Tricon. So he's running for a championship. And then Ben
Yep.
Rhodes, he's back once again. I hope he gives us the best media presence that he gave us 2 years ago when he was drunk off his ass. And then Grant Enfinger, a guy that's always just so consistent and always battling for a championship. He's going to try and get GMS one more championship before they dissolve their whole team because GMS Racing and KBM are both gone. They only got one race left. I think that is just insane. The two top truck series teams are going away. I don't like that.
Right. No, I don't like that either. Especially with Kyle Busch Motorsports. You figured that team would stay up for a while.
Yeah, they're selling their garage and all their trucks to another team, and Kyle's going to drive for them, but it just kind of works because his race shop for KBM is just so far away from his new home and the RCR shop. It's like a 2 hour drive. So, and
Right.
he's racing with Brexton all the time too. And so he has no time to go to KBM anymore. So sell the team and he'll be back. He'll have another team, maybe
For
Xfinity or
sure.
Cup team later down the road.
Well, back out of the Martinsville portion. We're going to go racing with Xfinity on Saturday, Cup on Sunday. Who do you see punching their ticket into the championship on Saturday for Xfinity?
Hmm. For an Xfinity on Saturday, that's a tough one. I mean, there's
Really tough.
guys I could see a guy like Justin Allgaier. He's pretty good on these short tracks. Sammy Smith, he's in a must-win situation. Him, Chandler Smith, and Sheldon Creed, they're all must-win
Sheldon.
situations. Um, but then we got a guy who's just playing good. That's John Hunter Nemechek. And you know what? He doesn't even need to win this race. He just needs to, I think he just needs to get some points in stage one. He's locked in.
I was going
So
to
he
say he's
does that.
up 44 points right now.
But you know what? I'll give me Justin Allgaier going in, and then my final four will be Sam Mayer, Nemechek, Cole Custer, and Allgaier. I don't think Austin Hill is gonna make it in. He just hasn't shown any speed, and he lost his crew chief. I don't think it's gonna be a good weekend for him.
Yeah. This
He's
is
got
a
another year in Xfinity.
I was gonna say he's good. He's good. This is only his second year too, so nothing to hang your heads about for him. He's looked really good all year. I'm happy for his performance this season. I really am.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, give me Allgaier as well, Ian. Well, let's get an Illinois native in there. I love Justin Allgaier.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, no, Sam Mayer though, he's been the definition of sleeper this season. Holy shit!
Mm-hmm. Yes, he has.
Because we were bashing this kid a lot.
Yeah.
Like I still remember at Auto Club Speedway, he was like walking around by us a lot. No, I mean a lot. He just had that look on his face and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It's like he knew who we were.
I don't know about that,
I know.
Pat.
Just fucking around. And for the Cup, well, so far, Christopher Furbell and Kyle Larson both are locked in. You know what, Ian? Give me Tyler Reddick.
All right, not bad. Um, I'm gonna go Martin Truex. I think
Not bad.
he was running pretty decent last week before he had his issues and ended his race early. Yeah, so I think Truex is gonna go in. William Byron's up 30 points. I think he's a pretty safe bet to be locked in as well. So yeah, my final four will be Seabell, Larson, Byron, and Truex.
Mine's pretty much the same, although I'm going to replace Truex with Reddick.
Okay, not bad.
That's a pretty realistic final four. I'm not going to lie.
Mm-hmm.
Especially when half of it's all set with Bell and Larson. We just got to see the other two. And like you mentioned, Willie B, he's up by 30. You just, can't afford a bad race.
Yeah. You know what? Instead of Truex, give me Hamlin. Got Hamlin winning this weekend, and he'll take that fourth spot.
I was just gonna say you're riding high on Hamlin.
Yeah, Denny's good at Martinsville too. So
yep,
I'll take that.
Just make sure no hacks screw him up.
Yeah, it was called a hack this weekend from Blaney.
That doesn't surprise me.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, Ian, that'll wrap up for our racing portion. Now, let's jump back on to our big three. This week's big three to honor the World Series. Big three best World Series, ever.
Matchups.
Big three best World Series matchups. Ian, you can start it off, and I know what one of yours are for sure.
Yeah, well, obviously, I'm going to be taking the 2016 World Series with the Cubs and Cleveland. I mean, just two historic cities playing against each other that were both just needed a World Series for a very, very long time. And then I'll also be doing the 1906 World Series. It was the Cubs versus White Sox. White Sox won it. That was over 100 years ago, so who cares about that, right?
Well, baseball was so different 100 years ago, too.
Yeah, right. And then my third win, or my third World Series, was the 1984 World Series between the Tigers and the Padres. And that's just funny to think, like, both teams are absolutely terrible now.
I know, right?
Yeah, they're some of the biggest jokes in baseball right now. So funny to see. Back in the 80s, they were pretty damn good, and they went to the World Series. And the Tigers
Well, I mean, Ian, you talk about some teams and stuff, 30 years ago, some teams were good. Now they're ass,
Yep.
There's teams that
about
were
how
ass.
ownership changes.
Exactly. Or, one good trade and you're lighting it up. We saw that with Baltimore. We saw that with Texas. We saw that with the Diamondbacks. And then 2 years ago, the Rangers had 100 losses. Now look at them now.
Right. I mean, things can just change like that.
And, the Cubs and, the Cubs and Indians, or Guardians now, excuse me, they produced by far the best Game 7 in World Series history. Best Game 7.
Best World Series ever.
Best Game 7, best World Series. Cubs were down 3-1. Boom.
Came back and killed them.
Exactly. No, those are some great picks, Ian. Well, let's go into my big three World Series. Let's go into my big three best World Series matchups. I'm going to start off, and we're going to honor the Arizona Diamondbacks, who are back in the World Series for the first time since 2001, when they beat the Yankees in 7 games. In that series between the Diamondbacks and Yankees, each team won the home games. Arizona hosted the first 2, then the Yankees hosted the next 3. Yankees were up 3-2 going into Game 6. All they needed was one more win, and they got it. Diamondbacks take care of them in Game 6, 15-2, and then win it on walk-off fashion in Game 7. I mean, what a way to end a season in walk-off fashion. Sure, it was like, a normal hit into center field, but you're winning the fucking World Series. Even if it's a bad throw, you won the World Series. I don't care what wins the World Series. Even if a walk-off block does it.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
It's the World fucking Series.
Yep.
Yeah, Luis Gonzalez with the game-winning RBI. I'm in. Oh, what a way to win that World Series.
Hell yeah.
My next one, We're going to go with the 1991 Twins and Braves. Each team won all their home games. Atlanta won Game 3 in 12 innings. And then in the Game 6, Minnesota was trailing 3-2. They won that in 11 innings thanks to a thanks to a Kirby Puckett walk-off home run. And in Game 7, Jack Morris, the pitcher, pitched 10 scoreless innings in Game 7. That's got to be one of the best pitching performances ever in the World Series. 10 scoreless innings, and the Minnesota Twins win it in the bottom of the 10th to win the World Series.
Yeah, I mean, to just go 10 innings is just incredible, but 10 scoreless innings, that's remarkable.
10 scoreless innings in Game 7 of the World Series. You know how much pressure there is?
That's clutch.
Clutch. You know, that has to be one of the best pitching performances ever.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to go to my last one. And Rangers fans, cover your ears. 2011 Rangers and Cardinals. Best Game 6 in the World Series you can imagine.
Yeah, I didn't like it, but
I know.
yeah,
I know.
It was a pretty good game. Fuck the
I know,
Cardinals.
Yep, I know. Cubs fan. I know you're a Cubs fan. You don't like it, but yeah, no, the Rangers had a 3-2 series lead. They had a 2-run lead in the bottom of the 9th inning. David Freese with an RBI, with a 2-run RBI triple to tie it up, and then he wins in an extra innings with the walk-off solo home run, which forced a Game 7 that the Cardinals won 6-2. And they were also down in that game too in Game 7, 2-0, and then won it.
Yeah, it's incredible.
So you can imagine what one game will do.
Yeah, only one game can change everything.
Well, that'll do it for our Big 3 segment, Ian. I'm excited to see what the Rangers and Diamondbacks do to bring in the World Series. I won't be surprised if that one also goes to 7.
Yeah, right? Who knows?
Awesome. Now, let's wrap up with our fantastic and bonehead play of the week. Ian, start it off.
My fantastic, I don't know, these are never like plays. I'm just overall. Tyson Bagent, fantastic this week. Didn't throw a bad ball. Led the Bears to a win. And my bonehead is Tennessee just flopping against Alabama. I mean, come on. Alabama is fucking dog shit this year. And Tennessee is actually really good, and they just flopped.
That's a loss they couldn't afford.
Yeah, that was absolutely terrible.
Yep.
So
I like those picks, Ian. My fantastic play of the week is going to go to Adolis Garcia from the Rangers, having an unbelievable Game 7. I mean, that guy was just hitting lights out. He wants that World Series badly.
Absolutely.
I mean, and not only that too, the Rangers, they crushed the Astros.
Oh yeah.
It wasn't like, a 4-3 game. It was a dominating ass whooping.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, he had 2 home runs in that game, 5 RBIs. He went 4 for 5 in that ball game. 4 for 5.
Pretty damn cool, dude.
Yep. And my bonehead play of the week is also on college football, and it's also flopping. USC pulling the choke job again. Losing to Utah.
Yeah. I mean, that doesn't really surprise me. USC is kind of garbage. Caleb Williams is getting exposed.
Well, they got exposed last week at Notre Dame. Well, and they got exposed again.
Yep. So I think everyone can stop talking about him.
Yeah, everyone can, shut up about Caleb Williams, please.
Mm-hmm.
I really don't think he's going to do. I don't really think he's going to be that good in the NFL. USC is also another school where quarterbacks don't succeed in the NFL.
Yeah, I don't think he's gonna be a first pick.
Sam Darnold didn't do squat. Carson Palmer didn't do squat. Carson Palmer was okay.
Yeah.
Matt Leinart didn't do squat. I don't know. I really don't think Caleb Williams is that guy.
No, I don't think he is.
Well, that'll wrap up the show. Ian, as always, thanks so much for coming on for another good episode of Koto's Mojo.
Yeah, man, great show. Always love talking shit with you on here, and we'll see how our Bears handle the Chargers this weekend.
Yep, and we'll see how things go down the road. We'll see how the World Series goes. It's an exciting time to be a sports fan.
Yes, sir. Absolutely. We got hockey back as well. I guess you can be happy if the NBA is back, but I'd rather take a nap, but
Well, we'll have college basketball back in a couple weeks, so we'll definitely touch on that. But
yep.
Good time to be a sports fan, Ian.
Absolutely, Pat.
Well, thank you everyone for tuning in to another episode of the Kodos Mojo. We will see you next time.